5 things to know before you become a plumbing apprentice. You want to watch this.
I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber. I've been plumbing over 38 years, and I have every master endorsement in the state of Texas. On this channel, I'm teaching you how to fix your plumbing fast and free. If you haven't been here before, please subscribe so you don't miss anything.
Becoming a plumbing apprentice is a great career choice, but there's things you need to know before you get into it. Becoming a plumbing apprentice or a plumber's helper is the initial start. That's how you become a plumber. And I do these videos all the time. Most of y'all know that. The thing is, I get people ask me, well, do I become an apprentice first? Do I become a helper first? I don't want to be that. I want to be a plumber, or I want to be a master plumber. Guys, we all started out as a helper or a plumbing apprentice. We had to learn what we needed to learn in order to do the things to get us to where we're at. I still remember the first day I walked on a job. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what kind of pipe that was. I didn't know what kind of tools these were. Unless they're tools that I had used at home, I had never even seen some of these tools before. Guys, it starts at the very beginning. You can't get 20 years experience your first week. It doesn't happen. So here's my thing. I'm going to give you some tips that you need to know. Number 1, plumbing is not an easy job. Don't get me wrong, it's not a hard job either. There are times that you're going to get hot, you're going to get sweaty, you're going to be in an attic, you're going to be under a house, you're going to be in a tunnel. There are places, I still remember one day I climbed into a pier and beam house and there's about 9, 10, 12 inches of water and crawled over to the other side to try to find out where the water was coming from. I had just got my plumbing license. I was just a journeyman at the time. But I thought, hey, I need to get in and learn this and get over and figure it out. Well, whenever I got out and made a mess getting out, I realized that probably wasn't the right thing. But guys, sometimes plumbing is hard. Sometimes it's heavy work. I mean, if you're on a big commercial job and you're installing 8, 10, 12-inch pipe, it's heavy, it's hard, and sometimes it's a pain in the tail. But it's not anything most people can't do. I've seen women in this trade do great. I've seen men in this job not be able to handle it. So you've got to ask yourself, do I want to work hard for a living? Now that doesn't mean always. Number 2 is you're not going to be an apprentice forever. You're going to move up. Here, the way our licensing structure is in Texas, you can move up to a tradesman, which is residential work only. You can do that in 2 years. So in 2 years, you can be up where you're making pretty good money. Now, 2 years after that, you can become a journeyman, or if you don't get your tradesman license, you just go the straight 4 years. Now you can take your journeyman exam and you can move up and do commercial work. You can be the plumber. You can have apprentices working for you. Now, after about 2 or 3 years, I was acting like the plumber. Actually, after about 2 years, I was acting like the plumber. I understood it. I was doing things right, and it started working well for me. I still remember the day I was driving to work, and it just clicked. All of a sudden, it was like, wow, I know why they do it. It makes sense now. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's kind of how it worked out. Number 3, you're going to have days that you get dirty. All right, don't worry about it. It's nothing that your plumbing at home can't take off. Guys, just jump in the shower. Throw your clothes in the washing machine. We get paid to play in the mud. I remember when I was a kid, I used to get in trouble for playing in the mud. Now I get paid for it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with it. I have not crawled in anything yet that won't wash off. Understand that you're not going to go home clean at the end of every day. But always be prepared for it. Once you start plumbing, carry a bag. If you're doing service work, especially residential service work, carry a bag. Carry a bag with a change of clothes in it, even another pair of shoes or another pair of boots. That way, if you do get so dirty, you can literally wipe it off, rinse it off, do whatever you've got to do, change clothes, and you're ready for that next job. Now, I used to work with some plumbers that anytime they got dirty, they just went home. Guys, don't be that kind of guy. Understand that's what you're getting into and be ready for it. Number 4, try to be the hardest working guy there is. Now, I told you plumbing's not easy, but like I said, it's not hard either. If you have got something you need help with, get help. But when I say be the hardest working guy, try to always stay ahead of your journeyman. If you want to be one of the best plumbers, learn how to think ahead. Learn how to think ahead of your journeyman while you're an apprentice, and you're going to excel at this. Because if you can think ahead of him, you're doing good and you speed the job up. You start thinking ahead and you find ways to make him move faster to help him get more work done in 8 hours, you're going to be good. And thinking ahead is literally maybe just looking at him and look at what he's running or look at what he's working on. If you see he decided he needed to pull the toilet to run the sewer machine down it, go ahead and go get the bowl wax. Go ahead and go get the toilet bowls. Go ahead and get the mini hacksaw. Get what things you think he's going to need and get ready for it. Maybe it's just a sheet of paper or a piece of paper to put the toilet on. Maybe it's a rag. Maybe it's a towel. Guys, learn to look at your plumber, watch him, and see what he uses next, because 6 months down the road, you need to be thinking like that. So you need to be thinking ahead of him. That way, if there's something he didn't bring in and you see it, while he's loosening the bolts, you can run out to the truck and get it. So there's things that you can do to think ahead and get ahead, and that's going to help you learn more and do better. No matter what kind of plumbing job you get, you want to be good at it. Plumbing is a great career. That leads me to number 5. I've got a link down here to the UPC study guide. And what it does, and it's funny because as a journeyman, as an apprentice, I waited till I got ready for my journeyman license before I bought the guide and started studying. The crazy thing is, I should have done it a whole lot sooner. When I was an apprentice, I waited till I got ready to take my journeyman license before I studied. Now, I teach people a little bit different. What you should do is when you get your plumbing apprentice job, remember, plumbing is going to be a great career if you do it right. So what I'm going to tell you here is go ahead and get the study guide early. I've got a link down here to it. Click on it, check it out. What it is, this is the study guide that I used to study for my journeyman and master exam. Now think about this. This is the guide that I recommend to people to study for their journeyman and their master exam. Now, I've used this guide and I've helped people study with this guide. And I've got a video where I tell people how to use it. But literally what I do is I go through and read through it once. Then I go through and read through it. Now, remember, they've got the answers in the back. So I go through and highlight nothing but the correct answers. Go through and read it and read the correct answer. Read it and read the correct answer. I mean, question, answer, question, answer. And you do this 4 or 5 times. Guys, this is interesting information. And I mean, even me now picking up and reading it, I still like, wow, you know what, I didn't even think about that. I hadn't thought about it in a while. Because we don't do everything every day. So going through and reading it like that, then after you're through the whole book, go through it again, cover up the answer and read it. Anything you get wrong, mark. If you're not sure about it, mark it. And I say mark it in a different color. But then what you do is you go through, now you know what you need to study. Because you've read through it 4 or 5 times, you've got it mostly down. Anything you don't know, now you go through and study it. And I mean, literally, I used to carry this to Austin with me. Carried it for my master exam. Carried it down there. Literally, the night before, I read through it twice, reading nothing but the wrong answers, the ones I'd highlighted. Next morning, I went and ate breakfast. While I'm ordering and waiting on breakfast, I'm reading through it again. Went to the parking lot at the Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners. Same thing. I sat in the parking lot and read through it again. Guys, study, study, study. If you decide that you want a plumbing job, that you're going to have a plumbing career whenever you grow up, start studying. Start learning. There are different courses you can take. There are different books you can buy. There's a lot of different things that you can do. But I'm telling you, if you want to be the best in your industry, get up every morning for about 30 minutes to an hour and study your trade. Whether it's new tools, new techniques, new materials, whatever it is, learn to study it, because that will help set you ahead of every other apprentice, journeyman, master, or plumbing company around. Guys, I hope you enjoyed these 5 tips. I hope that they helped you out. If you're thinking about getting in to be a plumbing apprentice, let me know. I have people all the time send me messages, how can I learn plumbing? Becoming a plumbing apprentice and deciding to become a journeyman plumber or master plumber, that's great. There's right ways to do it that will help set you apart and make you better. So if you like this, please leave me a comment down below. And if you hadn't done yet, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on anything. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber, and I'll see you on the next video if you don't get flushed.